her the most successful British female artist of the 80s.
Do you want to do a duet? Do you want me to leave?
I'm sure Kim doesn't want to do a
Kim
duet.
Wilde, welcome to Australia.
Hi. Oh, I'm so happy to be back. I can't even begin to tell you.
Oh, it's great to have you here. Your songs, as Mike has just shown, singing along to all of them,
yeah,
fangirling, are as popular now 30 years on. That must give you a kick. But do you ever get tired of playing them?
No, I love playing them, especially, as I've got older, the fact that there are people out there having so much fun still with my music, it's pretty awesome to me. I really, really appreciate it. I think more now, probably, than I did back in the 80s. So, yeah, I love it. I love to see the reaction. As soon as the pulse starts on Kids in America, and it's kind of like a tsunami, and you can see the audience suddenly go completely bonkers, and you're thinking, what are you doing? We did this 35 years ago, didn't we?
Still got it.
You were lamenting about some of those hairstyles from back in the 80s, as we all do when we see those photos, but you took a break from performing, you got married, started a family, and then you became an award-winning gardener.
Yeah.
What brought you back to music?
What brought me back to music? The passion for it, that hasn't gone. I mean, it's still really there. Loved singing. The children were a little bit older. I'm still a very passionate gardener. It's a big part of my life. I'm involved in a community garden project back in the UK, propagating plants, working with them all the time. So it's not like music has come back and shoved gardening out the way. They work together. And,
how fabulous!
Yeah, it's really great. I'm going to see Graham later on as well. Graham Ross. I'm going to have a chat.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're going to have a little chat about our gardens and stuff. I'm very excited about that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. It's so rock and roll. Now you love gardening too.
But gardening's the new rock and roll.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, we have a very famous Australian gardener on later in the show, so hang around and meet Paul Bangay, because, yes, it is the new rock and roll. He'll agree.
Yeah.
When we were just watching that story, you were talking about your hairdos and go, oh my God, you were so defined, well known for the mullet, as we call it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're an icon of the 80s.
You know why I did that mullet thing was because I saw a great picture of Linda McCartney on the back of a Wings album, and she had a mullet. So it wasn't Rod Stewart and it wasn't anybody else, although Rod had something to do with it, but it was actually, I went to the hairdressers with a picture of Linda and I said, I want to look like her, and then of course Debbie Harry came along and I thought, I'll go blonde. Mousy seems to, it was a little bit dreary for me at that time, and then so that's where the hair came from. And then I used to cut it myself. So I used to just to get the scissors and just have a good old chop at the top there, and yeah, so things have changed.
And the whole world copied you. Is it amazing?
Including me with the mullet.
Including the boys.
Did you do the mullet thing?
Oh yeah, I had great mullet hair.
You did?
It was big in Bendigo.
Big, yeah, lots of hairspray.
I'm really struggling with that one.
Just quickly, you're obviously English. Why Kids in America? Where did that come from?
Well, Kids in America was written by my father Marty, rock and roller, and my brother Ricky, who's here with me in Australia. And he was brought up on American culture. He wanted to be Elvis Presley. He ended up being he's a great rock and roll star. In fact, he's on tour now in the UK at 76 years old.
Wow.
And so it was kind of very influenced by just that everyone seemed to be having a much better time in America. Why not write about them? But I agree, it was confusing because I was from the home counties in England.
Well, Kim, thank you for all those songs. Kind of defined our generation, my generation.
Are you going to come to the Enmore tonight and see me?
I would love to.
Yeah. You're on the guest list, you're going to see me.
OK.
Brett, do you mind if Mike and Beretta, our sports guy, come and stand up
you
the
want
front?
to come too?
Yeah, we're there.
Hey, you can all come.
We love it.
Whoa.
It's great to see you, Kim Wilde.
Kim.
She is on tour with Howard Jones. Head to the Sunrise website for all the tour dates. She's at the Enmore in Sydney tonight. Here's